Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about the MCU, the DCU, Star Wars, all these big movie franchises that are today just populating our movie theaters and how they are treated differently, basically. I mean, they are really, people are biased to some of them, to be honest, and they love to hate on some others. So that's what I'm going to talk today. I'm going to spoil some of these movies. I'm going to have spoilers for Avengers Infinity War, for Justice League and other movies in the DCU if you haven't seen them, for Star Wars The Last Jedi, The Force Awakens, all of those. And if you haven't seen any of those movies, especially Infinity War, I would advise you to pause the video or stop it and go and watch something else on my channel, because this I cannot avoid talking about some things that happen at the end of the movie particularly. So please, if you don't like spoilers or haven't seen the movie, just get out of here. Okay, now that you are out of here, I'm going to talk about the subject of this video, that is, why do we allow some franchises to do some things and don't allow others to do the exact same thing, basically. I will take the example of Batman v Superman, where not only Superman died, but also the tone of the movie was really dark. I have to accept that I didn't like that movie when I first saw it. I really didn't like it at all. And then as I watched it again and again and again, because they have shown it on TV like a lot now, I have liked it a little bit more than I did the first time. I still think it's a very flawed movie, and there are things that are unforgivable about it, but I think it's not as bad as we thought it was at first, to be honest. And many people were up in arms about many things about that movie, about the reveal that Doomsday was the villain in the trailer. So people said like, oh, you ruined the whole experience because you revealed at the end, about it killing Superman, about the fact that Batman killed people, which is like a thing that Batman never does in the comic books. He's all about not killing his enemies. So people found that to be really disturbing, that he killed people that didn't really mind, apparently. And I also had a problem with that, to be honest. I mean, I've been a Batman fan for a long time, so I was a little bit like, what are you doing with the character? That's not the Batman I know. But that's the way that movie was. With Star Wars, the thing that people got up in arms were, first of all, in the first Force Awakens, and that's a criticism I have of the movie, to be honest. I liked the movie, but I found it to be an almost exact copy of A New Hope, and that was a little bit disappointing, to be honest, because we were waiting for this movie for 10 years. And it's one of the biggest movies ever in history. It has the biggest domestic box office in the United States still. I mean, people think that Infinity War is going to have a bigger one, but I don't think so particularly. So it's a big movie that was disappointing to many of Star Wars fans and non-Star Wars fans, particularly non-Star Wars fans, because Star Wars fans were like, okay, this is a new thing, we forgive you, it's fine. Which it was really weird, because why would you forgive that? Why would you just go over the fact that they copied another movie, one of the best movies of the whole franchise? So it's kind of weird. And now with Infinity War and Marvel doing that, what happened in the Infinity War was that at the end you see a bunch of people dying, but none of the big characters that have been with Marvel from the beginning. One might say like, oh, it's just because of course they're not going to kill the biggest, the ones that really give money to this franchise. After this one, it's Ant-Man and the Wasp, and after that Captain Marvel, and then we have Avengers 4. You couldn't kill off one of your characters for 2 movies? I mean, that was kind of disappointing. As I said in my review for Infinity War, I found that the fact that Team Cap basically was so disappointing in the movie was kind of a letdown, to be honest. I mean, I love Captain America and I love Black Widow, for example, but they were really lame in Infinity War. They didn't have anything to do at all, and it was and all the drama, all the things that weighed on them just disappeared in this movie. They didn't really address anything, and I understand that it's a long movie and it's a crowded movie, of course, but these are the important characters. I mean, you could have said less about some other characters and focus a little bit on these ones, like in a couple more scenes or something, but they didn't. So I think, why wouldn't you kill Captain America or Black Widow or Iron Man? Why wouldn't you kill one of them for 2 movies? I mean, it's just 2 movies, then you can revive them or whatever. You know how comic books work and movies work. You can revive anyone at any point if they are willing to renew their contract and so on. So why not? Why is that fear of doing that? And Infinity War, some people are also criticizing the fact that it just doesn't really go there in many senses. I mean, yes, it kills a lot of characters, but we kind of know they're not killing them, because, for example, I mean, I said that I was really sad when Spider-Man died. But the thing is, Spider-Man Homecoming 2 is already confirmed, so we know he's not dead. And for example, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is coming out, and we know that Adam Warlock is going to be the enemy in that movie. So we know the Guardians are not dead, because all of them died. So a new team of Guardians is going to come out. That doesn't make any sense from a marketing standpoint. So it's weird that people forgive so much to Marvel and so little to others. The criticism that The Last Jedi had with killing Luke, and how Leia was killed but not really killed, and the reveal of Snoke and Kylo Ren and all of this, and people were really criticizing that. They said, oh, the movie is bullshit because you never really said who Snoke was, you really never said anything explaining why Luke was there and why he killed himself like he did, sacrificing himself. That's bullshit, whatever, that movie's the worst. I mean, and there are people that hate The Last Jedi. I loved it. I really loved The Last Jedi, and I think it has one of the best beginning sequences ever. But people hate it. And they hate it just because a person dared to change what they had. And they have to keep changing, because if you want the same Star Wars movie over and over and over and over and over, then watch the old ones over and over and over. That's it. Just watch those. Or the same thing with Avengers. If you want the same Avengers over and over, just watch Phase 1 and a million times. And if you don't want but I mean, for me it was hard, but if they want Batman to change, I'm welcome to that change, if it's a good change. The thing about the DCU is that they make so many mistakes besides changing characters that it's like, oh my god, you just allow yourself one mistake and not 100. But even then have good things to show. For example, Wonder Woman was amazing, one of the best movies last year. So I don't know why you forgive, for example, Marvel, and you just bash the DCU and Star Wars. That doesn't seem fair. And that's a thing about fandom, I would say. That's my last image here. That's a thing about fandom that is really weird. They say that the worst Star Wars fans are Star Wars fans. I mean, it's really funny, but that's the way it is. It's really insane. And I think these passions that these movies generate are really crazy, but they should be like put down a little bit, and you just enjoy the movies. Just relax, just enjoy the movies and let people play with these characters and change them a little bit. And people have done that before on the page, on the comic book. So just chill a little bit, and don't be so judgmental, I would say. Just enjoy the movies for what they are and just be happy with them. I mean, they are really great. Most of them are really great. So just enjoy the movies, I would say, and let your criticisms for afterwards or build up or make them, make sense, basically, because most people don't make sense at all when they criticize anything. So yeah, that's my talk about fandom, about how the DCU and Star Wars are bashed with punches, and then Marvel is like, oh, I can do anything. So I mean, I love Marvel, but let's get real. So yeah, the same happens with Fox and all these things. If you were wondering why I didn't talk about them, they are also in this conversation. Thank you so much for watching this video. It was a little bit long, sorry. Please comment down below what you think about this subject, like the video, share this video on all of your social media, and of course subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye.